Happy day students. Welcome to San Academy Pallikarnai Class 9 Biology Chapter 6 Tissue Animal Tissues, and in this session we are going to discuss about connective tissues. So the connective tissues are specialized to connect and anchor various body organs. That is, the tissues can connect bones to each other, muscles to bones, and it can bind tissues and also give support to various parts of the body by creating packing around the organs. So the main function of the connective tissues are binding, supporting and packing together different organs of the body. And the three main components of the connective tissues are connective tissue cells and the intercellular medium and the fibers. And these connective tissue cells are generally loosely arranged, or they are arranged with lot of space in between them on an intercellular medium, which is called as a homogeneous matrix or an intercellular matrix, and it can be a gel-like substance or a jelly-like substance or a liquid base or a solid base. And based upon this intercellular matrix, the connective tissues are classified into areolar or loose connective tissues, dense and regular connective tissues, skeletal tissues and fluid connective tissues. So now let us discuss about the types of connective tissues. As I told you, based upon the intercellular matrix, the type of connective tissues are areolar or loose connective tissues, dense connective tissues, skeletal connective tissues and fluid connective tissues. First we are going to discuss about blood. Blood is called as a fluid connective tissues because in this connective tissues the blood cells are found floating on an liquid matrix called blood plasma, and this blood plasma contains proteins and blood cells, salts and hormones, and these blood cells are also called as blood corpuscles, and they are red blood corpuscles or erythrocyte, white blood corpuscles or leukocytes and platelets. In this, your RBC and WBC are living, while plasma and platelets are non-living component, and this blood flows and transports gases, digested food, hormone and water material to different parts of the body. So in this slide you can see the different components of the blood connective tissue. That is red blood cells, your platelets, which is a non-living component which plays important role in clotting of blood. Then white blood cell, which is a living component and plays an important role in defense mechanism of the body, that is protecting the body from the disease causing pathogens. And the fluid part, which is called plasma, which is rich in protein, salts, hormones, etc. Now let us discuss about the second type of connective tissue, which is a skeletal connective tissue. And this skeletal or a supporting tissue includes cartilage and bone, which forms the endoskeleton of a body, and it gives the support and framework to the body. Among this, first we will discuss about bones. It is also a connective tissue which forms the framework that supports the body, and the matrix, that is the intercellular matrix of the bone, are made out of calcium and phosphorus compounds, and these are very strong and non-flexible tissues. Whereas coming to your cartilage, it is another type of connective tissue which falls under skeletal tissue or a supportive tissue, which has a widely spaced cells, and here also the matrix is going to be a solid matrix like that found in the bone, and it is composed mainly of proteins and sugar. But cartilage has a little elasticity which allows them to be firm but cheese-like, and so that it can be bent and it is flexible in nature. And these cartilage generally smoothens the bone surface at the joints and is also present in nose, ear, trachea and larynx. That is, cartilage which is present in between the joints allows the easy movement of bones without causing any damage at the joints of the bones. And we all know that cartilage of the ear can be folded, because though the matrix of cartilage is also solid, It is solid, but it is almost like our cheese. We know that cheese is solid, but it is flexible. At the same time, it is firm too. And this only gives the slight elastic property to cartilage. And in this slide, you can see the cartilage and the bone. Now let us discuss about the next type of connective tissue, which is dense connective tissue. Actually, it is a fibrous connective tissue and it is characterized by ordered and densely packed collection of fibers and cells. That is, it consists of both fibers and cells. And the two types of dense connective tissues are ligaments and tendons. And we have learned a little about ligaments and tendons even in our earlier classes, that is in your lower classes. Now let us discuss about tendons in detail. Actually, the tendons are some cord-like strong inelastic structures which are used in order to join skeletal muscles to the bones, and hence their role is only to join the muscles to the bones. They are inelastic, that is, they are not flexible, and it is mainly made out of white fibrous tissues which has great strength. That is, they are very strong, but they have a very limited flexibility. And coming to ligaments, these are found in between, that is between two bones, and they play an important role in connecting or joining bones with a bone. So this ligament is highly elastic, only then the movement of bones will be possible. So it is highly elastic and has great strength, but it has a very little matrix, that is very little amount of intercellular medium, and these ligaments are made out of both white and yellow tissues, and this ligaments strengthen the joints and permits normal movement, as I told you, because only since ligament is joining both the bones, whenever you're folding your hands or any part of the body, it is possible for you to move it also without any strain. But this ligament should not be stretched a lot. That is, this ligament prevents overflexing and overextension of movement of bones. But if it is going to be stretched a lot, it may cause sprain, and that is called as ligament tears. And in this picture, you can see the position of cartilage, which is acting as a cushion between two bones, so that when the bones are going to move, it will prevent the damages that is caused at the joint. And second, you can see the ligaments which are connecting two bones, so that the bones can be moved easily in coordination with each other. And coming to tendons, you can see that it is fixing the muscles to the bones, that is the skeletal muscles to the bones, and whereas it is a non-elastic or an inelastic tissue. Coming to ligament, it is an elastic tissue. So let us have a quick recap of difference between tendon and ligaments. Tendons, they are inelastic, they join muscles to bone, and they are made up of white fibers. Coming to ligaments, they are elastic, connect bones to bones, and made up of white as well as yellow fibers. Now we will discuss about areolar, that is loose connective tissue. And from the name itself, it is very clear that the cells of these connective tissues are extremely loosely packed, and its matrix generally consists of white collagen fiber and yellow elastic fiber. And areolar connective tissue is found between the skin, muscles, around the blood vessels, and nerves and bone marrow, and it is generally used in order to fill the space between different tissues and organs. Hence, it is also called as packaging tissue, and it acts as a supporting and packaging tissues between the organs lying in the body cavity, and the matrix of this tissue is important in diffusion of oxygen and nutrients from small blood vessels, and it also helps in repair of tissues after injuries, and it also helps in fighting foreign antigen and toxin that are entering into the body.